Hey, what's up guys? This is Val Cameron from Dreamlight. Welcome to this quick review of Stonemason's new prop, the Streets of Morocco. Gorgeous looking prop, and I wanted to just load it inside Dash Studio and give you a quick tour of how it looks, how it performs, and really, if this is something you should get or not. So there is a quick render here that kind of showcases the this is just gorgeous. I mean, Stonemason is such a talented modeler and texture artist, right? So here's a quick layout. Love this, so you can see the scope and size of it. So let's go ahead and load it inside Dash Studio. So the thing is, regardless if you're gonna be using this in Dash Studio or not, this prop has an OBJ version. So after you purchase it and in your orders page, you can see that it has the Dash Studio native format and OBJ as well. So it will load in any software out there. All right, so inside Dash Studio, regardless if you're going to be using it for your own use in Dash Studio or in any other software, you need to first load into Dash Studio. So props, Dash Studio formats, my library, props, Stonemason. There we go. Streets of Morocco. Got a lot of the Iray version, which uses the built-in Iray render engine, which I prefer to render through. So upon loading, let me just quickly go into texture shade mode so we can just take a quick look at this prop and see how it looks like. And awesome. So here's the middle of the square. Lots of gorgeous details. Love the tiles, the broken tiles. That's awesome. So and you just gotta love these hanging, cloths. It just looks amazing. Love that. So nice wooden doors. All right, got some details here. Awesome, looking great. And basically, you can just explore this on your own. I need to walk you through this prop for 5 hours. But it has lots of cool angles. You can go in here and rotate the camera around and get nice views from every direction. And there is some camera presets. If you load them here, they will instantly be added to your scene, and you got some render presets that are for the camera. So each camera has its own render preset. So for instance, if we choose camera number 2 and switch over to camera number 2, this is camera number 2, all right, and you then go and choose camera 2 render preset, and you switch over to NVIDIA Iray preview. I just gotta make sure that we have the camera headlamp turned off. I dislike having it on. So basically it just kicks in and starts rendering. So this render preset, or all the render presets, they use the NVIDIA Iray Sun and Sky function. The one you have here in the environment tab, where you enter the latitude, longitude, day, time, and so forth. They are customized for each and one of the camera angles. All right, so if you choose a different angle, like number 5, let's say number 5, or let's choose some other angle, number 3. Okay, so you go ahead and choose Iray 3. That then changes and is applied correctly to this particular view of the prop. So I like this thing that you have cameras, and then there is a customized light for it, so it kind of captures the essence of each camera angle. I like that. All right, so let's go ahead and choose number 8. All right, number 8, 8, and choose camera 8. Awesome. So besides that, there is some kind of, you know, a very cool thing. If you expand this at the bottom, there is something called, let me just scroll down all the way to the bottom, atmosphere, right? It kind of adds this haze or foggish look and feel throughout this entire scene. So you can go ahead and, you know, disable it, and that will then look completely naked, so to speak, a different look and feel. It won't have that hazy mood to it, and will be a little more clear. So it's up to you whether you want this look or a little bit more foggy and crowded with sand in the air and all that. Okay. So the quality of this prop, and, you know, the render, and just how gorgeous it is, it's, you know, it's breathtaking. I just love this prop. I can just go on and wander here forever. I love this, you know, style of scenes. I love the geometry, all the details, and the lights. The lights are just gorgeous. So there are many, you know, props inside. There is a few, you know, pots here and there, but it kind of lacks all the details of a crowdy, you know, square, right? And which is a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is you can add, you know, add your own stuff to it. The bad thing is you have to add your own stuff to it. Now, if you want to render this in a, you know, in a different software, you can just easily go to File, Export, and in here simply, you know, set a setting here, prop Stonemason, just gonna call it like that. Click on Save, and it's gonna ask for a, you know, whatever software you want to export to. And so whatever you have, 3ds Max, Blender, Bryce, Carrera, Cinema, Hexagon, Lightwave, Maya, whatever that suits your best, you just choose that. I always collect maps and write material library on top of it, and you click on accept. That will then export the geometry and also place all the textures, and you're left with an OBJ version in this case. There are other formats to export. For instance, you can choose Collada, BVH, poser file, and Autodesk FBX if you're using 3D Max. So there's a few things you can use here. Awesome. So what do I like about the scene? It's gorgeous. It's well worth its price. It's gorgeous, very, very detailed. But however, like I said, it lacks some kind of additional stuff right in the middle of the scene. Alright, so there's plenty of camera angles to choose from, and the polygon count here opened in Lightwave, so I can see it exports. This is directly exported from Dyn Studios. So the polygon count is 549,000 polygons. So it is quite heavy if you have a lower end PC. I wouldn't suggest, if you have a lower end PC, to use more than 300, maybe 350 tops. So this is a little bit polygon heavy, but on the other hand, it's very, very detailed. And texture wise, it uses textures that are 2K. All right, 2K, mostly 2K. And for a total of 110 textures at a total of 409 megabyte of memory consumption. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. I love this prop. Now go get it, and I'll see you next time.